Thing off. So ready for the fun. Hopefully everybody else is too. If you're new here, or well, I guess everybody's new to this specific type of content, but I had this idea of doing these spirited conversations where we just drink through some fun stuff and talk and get a little bit of a different perspective. You guys see us on the channel all the time, me and Aaron, but it's fun to get other outside perspectives. So
sometimes,
depending. If this stream ends abruptly, you'll know it's because Kermit over here is acting a fool and we had technical difficulties.
Aaron came and pulled the cord.
Yeah.
I've already been warned.
She'll literally just go to the garage and unplug the router.
That or they just see a foot.
Yeah. You hear the door open.
And then just like Happy Gilmore
throwing it. But yeah, so welcome everybody. We won't be watching chat too much, but we'll try to check in a little bit here and there. The idea is for us to just kind of have a little bit more of a conversation, but a little bit of background. So we've known each other I was thinking about this. I've never really done the math on it, but Jolton, middle school.
95-ish, 96, somewhere in there.
I think 96, because like if you go back, the first like freshman year of high school was 97 to 98.
Yep.
And you came to Jolton in eighth grade, right?
Yes.
So was it like halfway through the first semester or something?
I think it was. I'm looking back. No, it might have been. I think I got in there the first year. It might have been seventh grade, somewhere around there.
Yeah, you're right. It might have been seventh grade because seventh grade was when we had Miss Berman. If you remember her.
Oh man. Yeah.
And we had all the Holocaust readings and stuff like that.
Yep.
But you came in at, I think, halfway through the first semester of seventh grade. So that'd been 95.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not Miss Berman's class, but the class next door. I think it was like a history class or something. And I remember you and Jason walking in, you and your stepbrother. And I was like, who are these kids? And I don't know what you remember about that. And I'll turn the floor over to you as to what you do remember about all that. But yeah, I remember you coming to town.
Yeah, no, and originally I was out in the other side of town, still in Nashville, and we moved out to the middle of nowhere, Jolton, and just like, I mean, a lot of us have been in situations where you're just moving in the middle of the school year, you're just kind of getting new, and you got to just appreciate walking into a new class and just trying to figure out like, okay, how is this going to go? But I don't think I really met or got to know you until, a little while later. Just our friend, like we just started meeting other people and then getting connections that way. And then from there, I know you were friends with Justin and So
it was a similar friend group. We were all kind of in that same vibe. But I thought this would be a good first pour to start with. So just so everybody can see here, this is lean in. You got to get close. You got to get my mouth. No, lean towards me.
Oh, so it focuses?
Yeah. No, you lean your head towards me.
Oh,
so this can focus on the camera.
Now it's already getting weird.
There we go. Wild Turkey Rare Breed, 70 centiliter bottle. Thanks to Justin Williams, whom I see in chat. This is from 1997. So this is whiskey from the 1900s, just like our friendship. So kind of a cool bottle to start things off with. Technically, this was gifted to Aaron. Yeah. So we are, Aaron is generously letting us imbibe in this.
I'm excited about this one. I do want to say, I do want to apologize to all your audience because I know that they don't come here for you or me. And now that Aaron's not on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Viewership will be very low.
Yeah, it's fine. We know the audience. It's okay. But so I'm not normally a person that really appreciates and knows. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it smells like alcohol. And I just jump in, but this smells amazing.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. It is whiskey from 1997. It smells different than whiskey from today. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it. It smells old. It smells like something you would find in like a basement or an old house or something.
Yeah, no, this is okay. I'm actually almost concerned starting off with this, like where it's going to go.
Oh yeah, it's all downhill from here. Yeah, that's a good bottle. So 108.6 proof. This is batch number WT01-97. And this was I'm trying to see if it says it on here.
Where's Aaron?
It was a Yeah, I mean, it is a foreign
Absolutely.
import. I think this was like a German bottling or something. By the way, lost the cork in this thing right before you showed up because Erin has a pour out there. She's watching. Um, I went to pull the cork and it just absolutely disintegrated. So I had to filter this out with a coffee filter and then pour it back in the bottle with a funnel. It was a whole to do.
Oh, that's what you were doing. I swear I thought you were over there making some tea.
No, no. I mean, it looks like tea.
Yeah, this is heavy.
That's the
It's
first.
got some legs on it.
Oh yeah, that's the first pour. So yeah, you come to Jolton back in '95. This whiskey was made shortly thereafter. Do you have any memories from that time, the Jolton years? I've got one particularly good story that I remember.
Ooh, yeah. So there was. I probably have an idea which one you're going for, but also I remember no, that would have been skateboard days. I don't think those were Jolton days.
The skateboard days were high. Yeah, it was. We were getting to it in Jolton, and then in high school, that was really when it was hard and heavy. Also, high school was when we were like wearing our Jinkos and hacky sacking in the hallway. It's amazing we didn't get beat up.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I love the perspective you brought in about how now that's coming back. The Jinkos are a thing again.
I know.
And you're having kids come in and be like, oh man, you got to check out this awesome song, and it's just what we used to listen to back in the day.
It's crazy,
and it hurts. It's well, I mean, are you 42 yet? Oh, you're still 41, right?
I'm 2 months older than you.
Well, okay. My math is getting worse the older I get. But
you know what hurts my feelings is when I have to enter my birthday in any online thing, and I'm like,
all the scrolling.
Why is 1983 so far back? It's offensive how far back this is.
It's getting bad.
Oh, it hurts, man. But yeah, I remember you came to town, and we were like friendly. We were in the same friend group, but we weren't super tight back then. But like we would hang out and stuff. And I remember we were on that decline ramp that went down, and you like straight up Cobra Kai sweep the leg on me.
Oh no, yeah, right outside of art class and stuff.
Oh,
yeah, we were just
lockers.
Yeah, we were just like messing around, being guys, swinging at each other, thinking that we're ninjas and stuff. And next thing I know, he jumps up in the air right as I do a roundhouse sweep, and I just caught him perfectly. Yeah. I mean, and I just continued around and looked, and it was almost in slow motion. He was just completely
felt like slow motion
level in the air, and I'm like, what's he doing way up there?
I had to have been 5 feet off the ground, probably back level to the ground, feet straight up, and I came down and just slammed into the ground. It's amazing I even lived.
Well, that wasn't the first time you hit your head, so
yeah. That was one of many times. But yeah, dude, that was
sack. Oh my god! Even the nerds in our school stayed away from that crap. Hey, I don't like this one.
Yeah, no, we were beyond nerds.
I thought Kermit was green. Yeah, sometimes I keep drinking enough. We'll get there.
But yeah, dude, those were the good old days, and then we really got tight in high school. That's like when things, probably 97, 98, that's when we started really hanging out, and I'd be over your house. My grandmother, for some reason, trusted your mom.
Yeah, and that's when we first started drinking. No.
Well, I actually was going to ask, like, I don't remember, because Aaron and I were talking about this leading up to this stream, the Spirited Conversations thing, and like, part of it is like, what relationship, this will be crazy if I ever do one of these and somebody is like a real alcoholic and they're like, yeah, I'm a straight up alcoholic, and I'll be like, well, this just got weird really quickly. But
I think you took my answer.
I don't remember, like, we didn't start drinking together.
No, because I mean, you've gone over this a lot, especially in your fundraisers and stuff, about how like your absolution from alcohol, or you're not absolution, but you're hesitant from even touching alcohol and stuff. And so that wasn't, into high school, we grew up best friends, and we're always hanging out doing stuff together, but we were never those influences that like, oh, let's go out and party and drink and stuff. We were in the middle of nowhere, and then that wasn't part of our our friend group and stuff. So and you had that you had to deal with growing up, and so it just never was really a thing. So but okay, but yeah, I don't know. I never really had any real influences into really hard drinking or anything like that. And so Uh, the ironic thing is like I've always been on the chunkier side, and yeah, I don't know if I've told you why I got into bourbon and everything, and not to steal one of your questions, but the uh, it was because I wanted to lose weight.
Yeah,
It,
less. Well, for me
it
too.
was,
Yeah,
yeah, and
beer's so many calories, like so heavy.
yeah, and well, so keto. This is your
It
first
is.
keto drink.
There you go.
And you can get into the science of, well, alcohol lowers ketone production and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're not trying to go that far. We're just trying to drink and have a good time and not get extra fat. Uh, but so at the time I was recently divorced, and just still like you're great friends with my ex growing up, and we actually met but through you. Y'all worked
Yeah.
together, and she was best friends with the girl you were dating at the time. And
Back in that,
that
was
was
like
way
senior year of
back.
high school.
Yeah, y'all are working for pennies on the dollar back at at Kroger. What was it like $5 for an hour?
$5.15.
And they'd be like, "Hey, you've done really good for a year. We're going to give you $5.16 an hour.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Please thank us."
Yeah.
But so we met, or I met my ex through you, and then recently divorced. I was living out in Virginia Beach at the time, and trying to fitness lifestyle, trying to eat healthy, working out and all that kind of stuff. But had a good friend group out there at the time, and I would get off work and typically just go down, and I knew where all the specials were at the different places, at different restaurants and the different bars. But everybody was going out and they were just getting hammered all night. I'm like, I got to be productive in the morning, and I can't just be drinking 6 beers all night and stuff. And so I started just getting typically a double pour of bourbon, and then just sipping on that through the night, and just maintaining and just hanging out and having a good time and stuff. And what I quickly realized is that can get extremely expensive when you're going out. So
yeah,
I had to balance finding something that, for me, I was a new bourbon drinker, like let's Jack and Jim and all that. And those were all shots. And how do you transition from just shot whiskey to and the unknown? Well, I didn't have some Stuff and Whiskey channel then. So,
but I hate when people are like, sorry to interrupt, because like you're interrupting. So like, obviously you're not
interrupt away.
But like, have you taken a shot lately?
I can't, like, you would think, like, I drink high proof bourbon and stuff, and if I take a shot of Jack Daniels, I'm like gagging, and I'm like, what? Why can I not do this?
I did the exact same thing. I forget what it was. It was I was a little under the weather, probably like midway through last year, and I poured a shot.
I'm not gonna die.
I poured a shot of Benchmark Full Proof, which is like 86 proof. I mean, it's not too different than like a Jack Daniels or a Jim Beam, and like a shot glass. And I took a shot, and I was like, oh, like I can drink hazmat bourbon, 140 plus proof, and sip it just fine. That shot lit me up.
And it's absolutely, and sometimes like cocktails do. And if I mix alcohol into there, and I'm like, why is this so much harder than just drinking barrel proof Elijah Craig? This doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, it's just something that, I don't know, it's a different mentality.
So you were going out with your friends, you were ordering bourbon. What was your go-to bourbon when you were starting out?
I still recommend this to the day. If somebody's just now dipping their toes into the water and saying, what's a good bourbon that I just want to, I want to get away from the Jack and Jim and try something to sip on and stuff. And it's Basil Hayden. I think that for, it's a good entry point, a little bit of flavor, and going from there. Then and it's readily available, especially out in my market. It was always Basil. Woodford Reserve was always on there, and I'll put Basil over Woodford, like just the bear bottle and stuff all day. But that was pretty much it, as far as like occasionally you'd have some Knob Creek on there, and Knob Creek's like I'm a fan of Knob Creek products. But I still think that's good. It's easy drinking, and it gives a progression. So now when I say it'll get you into trouble, what I ended up finding out that those doubles started turning into triples, into quadruples, and because it quickly turned into like, this is when I would sip and be like, oh man, oh strong, and that just completely went away after a while. And as I developed the palate for it, Basil Hayden is not for your intermediate drinkers or above,
Mhm.
because it really is very, very smooth. It's really not as full bodied as much of anything, but
80 proof. I mean,
but
as
yeah, it's
low
80 proof.
as low a proof as whiskey can possibly be,
Yep,
and still be called whiskey.
but readily available. It was smooth and
For
good to
bourbon,
go. Yeah, and then just I think from there I graduated into Wild Turkey 101.
Mm,
I always thought of that as the the next step up from
mm,
Jack Daniels. Is like, hey, let's go do a shot. Let's get hammered and do 101 and
mm.
stuff. But I for a cheap, readily available, 100+ proof bourbon, I can't. I have a hard time finding something that competed.
Yeah,
So
no, I agree. And before you got into bourbon at all, it was just beer, right?
Basil Hayden's kind of boring. It is very boring now.
Like we just did beer back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I remember used to work at Chili's, and we would go up there. Like they would open at 11.
Yeah, I was in between. Like that was in between class. I was going to Vol State at the time,
Yeah.
and I had one class right before, and then it would open up, and then I had like algebra or something right afterwards.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, because it was like, yeah, you had class after.
Yeah, and then
And
we
were
would
at
go
Chili's just drinking. What did they call them? Did they
the
call them
pilsners.
Pilsners.
Yep.
I was gonna say schooners, but I don't think that's right. Yeah.
No.
It was like 22 ounces or something
like that. The tall boys.
We would order like the big beers, and then we would just basically chug them to get them down to eat lunch and everything, and then you would run back to class. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it turns out that
it's all right there. You'd have to know the little town we're in, but yeah.
Yeah,
That was crazy. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is like what's the conditional learning, and where they taught people to drive drunk, and then that's not where I'm going with this, but they taught people
don't
to
do that.
Drive drunk in a simulation, and then tried to get them to drive
Yeah.
sober, and they couldn't drive sober. They can only drive inebriated.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting to the point where like
You'd go to class.
I would go to class, and then I'd be learning, have a little buzz going, and then and then the next like test day would come. I'd be like, I'm gonna be serious. I'm gonna knock this test out. I'm gonna go in and no beer, water only, and stuff. And then I'd sit down and see the test and be like, I've never seen any of this in my life. Maybe this conditional learning is real.
Yeah. Made a believer at that point in time. Yeah, dude. I remember us even like when you guys got the house over in Old Hickory. Like every time we would hang out and have stuff, like it was always beer. That was the thing. It was beer.
Yeah.
But there was a period of time before you were in Virginia Beach. And like beer, we would do like you would do craft beer sometimes and things like that. You're getting into that, but like did you ever have a kegerator? Or you wanted one?
I wanted one, but honestly, I'm glad. Paul, yeah, those were the good days. Going and working on cars and poker nights, and
we had a buddy Paul who had a garage, and not a garage. He had a detached garage from his house. We'd go over there and work on cars. We had another buddy, Gabe, who was the manager of a CC's Pizza. So Gabe would bring pizzas over for free. We would play poker. We would work on cars and things like that. And Paul had a kegerator. That was a great time. But it was always beer. But I was actually never a Pabst guy, to be clear. But there was a period of time, sometime between you moving to Virginia Beach and when you were still living here in Nashville, where long before, like I had never even heard of barrel picks, and now barrel picks are my favorite product in whiskey. But you had gone on 2 barrel picks. You did a New Riff and a Jack Daniels.
So yeah, well, I think I'd done
Which one of those did you do first?
Probably Jack Daniels. So I do for the people watching, I do military. I'm Air National Guard, so part-time now. But a couple times, every couple of years, our unit will go in and do a fundraiser where we'll do a barrel pick and go from there. And so they'll pick some people from the unit, and we'll all go out and do all the stuff. But my gosh, it's such a good time. And if anybody hasn't had the chance to do one, like do whatever you can to get on them, because it's just such a unique experience and stuff. Thank you. It's been good to me. It definitely but so with that being said, like the New Riff was with the company I work for, that I started working for recently, and that like New Riff, that was an awesome experience too. Like I really like that as a company. They're that was a good time. So, but the Jack Daniels is such heritage and everything that was fun.
Did you? So when you did the Jack Daniels pick, kind of paint the picture. Did you do the whole? And by the way, we're going to go ahead and move on to this is a Jack Daniels pick that we did last year in association or collaboration with Mommy Valley Whiskey Society, the S&W MVP pick. So you guys can see, you got to lean in, you got to get close.
Oh yeah.
So let me get the focus. There we go. So Jack Daniels S&W MVP. We call this one Oak Cola. So I wanted to have a pour of this. We're going to go from 108 proof, dusty, crazy good whiskey down to like 94 proof, kind of a little bit more easy sipping.
We're going to Basil Hayden now.
Kind of, yeah. It's gonna taste like that after that rare breed, but
I do want to say that was amazing, like that.
Oh yeah, you just don't get to taste whiskey.
And so also it actually drank as more of a higher proof to me. It didn't drink like 108 proof. I thought it.
Yeah, it's a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it's a lot of flavor. It's not spicy or anything, so it's not like drop kicking your palate or any assault like that. But yeah. It had a lot going on to it.
Oh yeah, wow, this smells crazy in comparison to that.
So I think and so before you were getting into bourbon too, I think I gave you a barrel pick of because y'all were staying downtown at the time, and so. Going into that, like I recently, when I came from Virginia Beach and moved south, at that time, I was going through my bourbon phase that we all go through. I think that you're just out buying everything you can, trying everything, opening bottles. And I'm definitely not a collector. Like I want to try and just get into the experience and stuff. But when I moved, I ended up moving like 80 plus bottles that were just opened. And one, that's a pain. And then two, I'm like, okay, I got to start drinking some of these because I'm going the wrong way. And, and that was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And besides buying like your barrel picks and occasional barrel picks that I run across, I haven't bought another bottle since then. And I am literally at the point where I only have the special bottles. And I recently opened the last bottle of the Jack Daniels barrel pick. And I'm like, man, this was a good bottle. Like
it was a good bottle.
I was surprised. Like, cause I mean, most of the people that we go with, you might have a couple people that are into bourbon and stuff, but everybody else is like, oh, this is hot, or I'm dying and stuff. And so then it's just kind of a crapshoot as far as what you're going to choose.
Dude, I remember when you went on the pick, I was like, first off, I was like,
that's candy.
You can do that. And then you gifted us a bottle because we had just moved into our apartment downtown.
And that was your Four Roses time.
Primarily, I was just drinking like Four Roses for the most part.
You had Hibiki on there.
That was Hibiki Harmony, And like you gifted us that bottle, and I remember thinking to myself at that point in time, it was like 94 proof. It was a really oaky 94 proof Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select, and I was like, man, this is different than anything I've had. And it took me a minute to get used to it, but I really enjoyed that bottle. But when you went and did the experience, was it the typical pick experience? Like when when we did this last year,
walk through all the barrel houses and
they
then
take us on the tour. They talk about the history and all that stuff. Beautiful property.
Yep. You get to see the natural spring. And
always recommend anybody that's in the Nashville area to go to Jack. Like it's worth the day trip to go down to Jack Daniels because it's the best tour I've ever been on just because there's rich heritage and it's not the same tour that you get at every single distillery everywhere where they're just like, hey, it's bourbon is Kentucky, and not just Kentucky, obviously, but like they hang their hat on bourbon in Kentucky and they're like, it's 51% corn and it's that. They're like, nah, this idiot kicked the safe and his leg fell off. They're telling all kinds of stories down there. So it's a good visit. And then you go through and you do the tasting and you guys do you remember? That's a long time ago, dude. Do you remember the selection process of the barrel? Were you all in agreement?
For the most part, I think we went through a couple rounds of, now narrowing it down.
Kicking something out.
Again, it's military, so of course we're being fairly structured. And
yeah. I'm sure you guys are being real structured with all that whiskey.
At the beginning. It quickly devolved.
Yeah.
But
pretty soon somebody doesn't agree. You guys are taking them out back and flogging them.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation out back. No, it's Air Force. We don't go that way. Come on, we sit in our chairs and talk. But no, it was good. It's I think it was 4 different barrels they had lined up for us, and this is very this
Pretty
is
good.
straight up candy.
It's pretty good.
This is
I thought we were gonna drink some trash after that rare breed.
Oh.
This is it ain't as good as the rare breed, but it's pretty dang good.
No, it's a different good though.
Yeah, it is very candy. Yeah,
this is in a dangerous route that like if I had this, it would not last long.
yeah,
Because
that Bud
you would sip way too fast on it. The other one,
yeah.
you can like the rare breed, absolutely. You're going to pour a glass of that, put it back in the cabinet and stuff, and walk away from it, and just enjoy that one. This one's going to sit at my desk.
This is our one. This is the one pour of today that is going to be like this. Everything else is a little bit more of like we're going to want to savor this a little bit. So, and we'll get into that here in a minute, but. So yeah, so you guys did the pick. You got all the bottles. Do you remember how many bottles? Like, how did that work? Did you guys?
There's a lot of bottles. So
did y'all split? Like 6 people went in on the pick, and y'all all split the barrel.
Now, there was one guy that so we've done a few of these the different ones, but I don't want to say there's some high rollers out there, but there's guys that the guys that have been out there for a long time, and they'd end up like. Buying it and then just having it all reimbursed towards them over time and stuff. So
Gotcha.
I think there was some sponsors at a couple points, but just to cover the initial cost. But yeah, what is it, like 60 bottles or something like that? No, it's more than that.
No. When we did this pick, it yielded, once it was proofed down, it yielded like, I want to say 240 bottles.
That sounds right too. I think we've done a half barrel at one point.
Oh, okay. That might be more of like a military thing that they.
No, I think that, I think that was a whole different thing too. Not even the military stuff.
You guys did a half barrel at New Riff, right?
Yes, or maybe a different one.
I brought that out too, but we got some other stuff to drink. But this New Riff is still to this day the best New Riff single barrel pick I've ever had.
Heck yeah! Well, so
the one you guys picked
with the company and stuff, it was absolutely like everybody that went on that trip were just like they loved their bourbon. They've multiple bourbon picks, multiple like good collections and stuff like that. And honestly, that's why like all these barrel picks that you guys have been doing with these collaborations with the other channels and stuff, like I don't even want to. I don't look for rare bottles anymore. Like it's just like give me these like people that actually because you. So that actually, I was talking to my mom, and she brought up the fact that she's like, there's plenty of times where I just want to go for Christmas or something or your birthday and just get you a nice bottle, but I don't know what to get you and everything. And I'm like, do not get anything that they would tell you off the gate. Just go like, and in Nashville, there's some really good liquor stores out here that have like that I've bought barrel picks from them before, and I know they have good like similar profile taste and stuff, and I'm like just go get any of their barrel picks that are cast strength barrel proof and I will love it. Like
go to Centerpoint, go to Bluegrass.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And these are exactly like that's what I want. Like I don't care. I don't all the allocated stuff, it's fun and all that, but it's become such a fight on the secondary market, and I like just fundamentally just dislike where that has gone, but and not just for alcohol. I mean, a Rolex watch, or I can't afford a Rolex.
PlayStation or Xbox, whatever. I know you've expressed your frustration. I done got him started now, y'all. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go.
So this is, I mean, like I remember when the PlayStation 5 came out, and I'm definitely a tech nerd and a gadget junkie, and I got to have all this stuff, and I remember I was like, I just want to buy one. And then nope, the bots are buying them up, putting them on eBay. People are selling them on Facebook Market. Something that costs $350, $400 for $700 to $900 on Facebook Marketplace. And
it's like a 2x, 2.5x.
Yeah, absolutely. And stuff. And just like fundamentally, like I just can't stand that. And like a Porsche, it's just things that there is a expected markup of the market and stuff. And it just takes away, like, especially for the people that want to go out and try the allocated stuff and the harder to find stuff. Like, sure, it should be harder to find, but not impossible to find, and not at 3 to 5 to 7 times the price.
Yeah.
And after you've tried them and you have the opportunity, remember when Pong came out? Me too. I just, I'm on that Atari. But, and it takes away from the ability to go. But then when you do have a friend that's willing to share some good stuff, like that's, as a community out there, that's why, Paul, going back, he used to do bourbon tastings and Scotch tastings and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't appreciate it at the day, but
no.
Yeah, it's
I'm just like Paul. Let's get the wrenches out and get the kegerator going.
Yes,
that's what we're here for.
It would probably hurt a lot of people's like opinion if they knew how I normally drink bourbon, but
you're not precious about it.
No, and yeah, I'll sit. So the PlayStation, I'll sit back, and my normal thing is I get the kids down, and me and the girlfriend will sit down at our computers in the desk or at the in the office, and we got my setup and her setup, and we'll sit there and play all night and with some friends. And I will literally open the hard to find bottle of bourbon that I stumbled across, and then I'll just sit there and just drink on that all night, barely paying attention and stuff. But
yeah,
and background. And I say all night, like I'm normally drinking a couple glasses as I'm going, but
yeah,
it's
like a couple 8-ounce glasses.
Yeah,
no big deal. Little 16-ounce night.
I mean, this is 2 ounces, right?
Yeah, 10 ounces.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely, and we're gonna be drinking some like crazy hard to find stuff after this. But the Wild Turkey Rare Breed, obviously, 8 years later, is hard to find. But back then it wasn't, and now Rare Breed sits on the shelf, so you can get that.
Rare Breed is so good.
Rare Breed is so good.
Like, is it still $60?
50 here.
What? Oh yeah. So that's hard to beat for the money.
50 here, yeah. I did see Agent Oak ask how I got hooked up with Mommy Valley. So Joe Carter, the founder of the Mommy Valley Whiskey Society, he caught our channel pretty early on, and him and I developed a friendship. He's a great guy. So yeah, Joe's like a brother from another mother, like Kermit as well. So, but yeah, so
we got Alfa Romeo to speak here. Who's that?
Oh, we might get into some car talk, because these are about whatever. They don't have to specifically be whiskey. It's just us hanging out, more podcast style. So
he's literally talking my language here, because I had ended up stumbling across a Alfa Romeo, the Julius Quadrifoglio and stuff, and it was almost 30,000 off MSRP.
What year was yours? It was like a 2018,
2017, 2018,
okay.
Whatever I think it was 2018. I don't know, but it was 28. No, I don't know, but it was still brand new on the bar. It had like 400 miles of like test drive miles on there, and it was covered in dust. And man, I love that car. I miss that car to this day. But
yeah, we go way back on car stereos. I mean, that was kind of like the crux of our. Well, I mean, we had some other stuff too, music and video games and stuff like that back in the day. Mm-hmm. Remember when we tried to start a band?
Oh yeah, but we were never any good.
No, you did all right on the guitar, and I was slapping the bass.
Yeah,
slapping the bass, man.
I remember like kind of briefly showing Justin Stevens. You remember that tall guy like in
I remember
high school?
Justin, yeah.
And I was like briefly kind of showed him, like I think I showed him how to play Smoke on the Water or something, or some Smells Like Teen Spirit. And it literally comes back the next day and he's playing, I don't know, Master of Puppets or some crazy guitar solo just by ear. I'm like, what in the world?
Some people got it and some people don't.
Yeah, I don't.
And we don't.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. All right, finish that out. We got a couple bottles to open here.
Yes.
So, speaking of hard to find stuff, and yeah, I mean, that's definitely part of it, but when you can get the good bottles.
I want a Stelvio really bad. The Quadrifoglio, that's such a perfect daily driver.
So Aaron and I are pretty big about this. Like, we're not going to sit around and drink special bottles by ourselves. That's not what they're there for, but they are great to create experiences with friends. So with that in mind, you've got a 2019 George T. Stag, and I've got a 2023 George T. Stag, neither of which have been opened. So go ahead and open that one. I'll open this one, and we're going to do a comparison of these two. Have a little fun.
This one's considered the one that people like frown down upon, right?
Yes. So actually,
low proof.
That one low proof, and this one is off profile. So the funny thing is that these are like the two outliers in George T. Stag land, and they're two of my favorites because they're the outliers.
I want some George T. Stag.
Go get a glass.
What?
Go get a glass. Erin just popped in and said she wants some George T. Stag too. Hey, we're tasting two, so get 2 glasses if you want 2. All right, so that's the 2019, and we'll do a little comparison between this and the 2023. So they're in the cabinet with all the glass. She asked me where the glasses are. Okay,
Where the glasses are.
let's just pause for a moment. We've had a whiskey channel for 4 years. Erin does not know where our whiskey glasses are because I pour everything for her.
As you should.
Yeah,
This is the South. Be a gentleman.
She doesn't have to pour her own pours around here. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
You made me bleed my own blood. You made me pour my own pour. All right, let's see which one she wants.
Oh gosh, I don't.
Which one do you want a drink of? Okay, she brought both.
This is my fingernails, so don't touch them.
All right. So your right hand is going to be the 2019.
Okay.
And then your left hand will be the 2023.
Okay. Also, I can hear you in my AirPods, and you're like 7 seconds delayed.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's weird.
It's really weird.
All right. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Have fun. Bye.
Comment in the chat and let us know which one you like better.
Okay.
All right. Let's put these here, and hopefully we don't knock them off while we're talking. I talk with my hands a lot.
2019, 2023.
1923. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
All right.
1923. I want these now. Oh, I love these glasses.
They're nice glasses. We got to order
So
some
I've
more.
got some of these, but yeah, this is definitely. I want the one with the stuff and whiskey. I thought it would be too busy when I ordered these, but no, I like it.
Nah, it's good. It's low key.
Oh wait,
So smell wise, which one do you prefer? Just total personal preference.
this doesn't have much nose.
I think the proof difference shows on the nose.
Yeah, this one definitely.
They both smell really good though.
Probably 19.
On the nose. Yeah, I think I'm feeling that too. The Bourbon Retriever says the color in those bottles are so different. Is the back label making a difference? The 2023 does have a turn them sideways so you can see through the bottle.
Get some light.
Yeah, that's a little bit more even. I mean, they're both 15 years old. The 2019 is lower proof, but I think it might be a function of the light in the studio. Some people sometimes on our videos will comment like, "Oh, the light gives too much away." It doesn't, because like I got a 4-foot softbox octabox right here.
Yeah, it
shining light
definitely
on
looks
this.
darker. It's not the
Yeah,
it's not the label. It's your shirt that's killing the one.
It could
so
be.
if you
Yeah.
move over, well, no, I guess
No.
it's light. It's just
Yeah.
being closer.
Yeah, it is crazy looking there though. It doesn't look that way here though, does it?
No.
No, it kind of does actually if you hold them out.
Oh.
But it doesn't look that way in the glass. That's really interesting. All right, well,
Science.
see how they taste. Yeah, weird science.
Weird science.
Remember that show?
Mm.
I never really watched that show.
It wasn't a show. Oh yeah.
It was a show.
Yeah.
wasn't
I
it?
was thinking of what was the movie? Science. I can't remember now.
I don't know. You're trying to. My memory's not good.
No, too much bourbon.
This is where we're at. Yeah, this is where we're at. All right, so 2019.
Swap bottle position.
Oh yeah, that won't make a difference, and you'll confuse us too. Let's see. Well, let's see. Let's
no,
see.
I didn't. I checked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, one is definitely. Which one's the darker one?
The 2023.
The heavier proof.
Yeah.
So this is 19.
Have you had George C. Stag before?
I think here.
Mm-hmm. We had a bottle of 2020, and you definitely had several pours out of that bottle.
Yeah, that one. Ooh, that one was the night before waking up early to go to drill.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that.
2019's nice, man.
Why do people hate on this?
It's the same thing as like with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, where
If it's not 190 proof, people are.
some of the lower proof batches get grief because they're not 125 to 138, 140 plus proof. The bottom line to me is like, you can criticize this 2019 for being not a great George C. Stag because it is the lowest proof one ever.
Name of the movie.
But you can't criticize it for not being good whiskey.
Hmm.
It's good whiskey. It's good bourbon. So
Now, do you plan to talk about secondary prices and stuff on these?
I already have. I'm pretty on the record as I don't like the secondary prices, but I'm at the point where I would rather, like, to me, single barrel
That is
picks
good.
single barrel picks are where it's at for me. And that's what the most interesting thing is for me to buy and drink.
Mhm.
And then special bottles like this are special bottles because I'm buying them to share them with friends. Like when you come to town,
Yeah.
I'm buying special bottles to share
I think
with
you should keep doing that.
Yeah. And to share with other people. And those experiences, like it's like if Aaron and I are going out for a birthday dinner or something, we'll go out and spend, it's nothing to go out. I mean, I'm not saying it's not nothing. It's something to go out and drop $500 on a dinner.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Dude, if you're dropping 500 at Chick-fil-A, I want to see what
you're
that
feeding
order
like
looks
5 people.
It's
Like,
yeah, you got
somebody's drinking water.
Yeah, you got a couple kids in the house. You know what it's like.
God, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, but the the point, like going out for a special dinner, you'll spend some money on that, but we don't want to spend money on whiskey because it's like these should be $150 bottles or whatever. But like, also, should they be? Because they're obviously selling out immediately at that price, and then people are reselling them, and people are buying them for more money. So should Buffalo Trace mark these up? Are they artificially low to drive hype? I would bet that's what Buffalo Trace is doing.
What's the MSRP on these? Couple $100?
When this came out, it was 100. 2023, I think it was still 100. And
I think I paid 400 on secondary for that because I was like, it was the experience I wanted. I'm like,
yeah,
I had an opportunity to buy it, and I think that at that price, like, and it was from another bourbon person. Like they weren't trying to. I mean, they made money on it, but they weren't trying to like go nuts or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's worth keeping around, but I just can't justify the craziness.
And I agree with you there to sit around and drink by myself. Like if you're just going to drink this while you're playing video games or watching a movie or whatever, doesn't make sense. Me personally, I would pay $400 for a bottle like this for you and I to be able to sit around.
Oh, no. I'm saying I can justify $400 for a rare experience and stuff. Just, I'm at that point. Like we might have people watching that are
right. It's not, when you're paying those elevated prices, you're not paying for the whiskey in the bottle. You're paying for the elevated experience. And let's be honest, part of the reason the experience is elevated is because you can't just go out and buy it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so it's the clout, or whatever the kids are calling it these days. But the Riz. No, that's charisma, right?
I don't know what things are. I didn't know I was coming for a pop quiz.
Yeah.
Professor.
Do better, old guy. You're so old.
Dude, I was born in the 1900s. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's why I'm so slow.
Compare this to the 2023 before you finish the 2019, which of course we could drink these plenty for the rest of the night. But whew.
Oh, that's really good though too.
That was 135 proof.
Honestly, I don't think it drank much different on proof wise.
I don't think it drinks different at all. Oh, it's darker on the back end. That's what she said.
It does. It is more full bodied. It has I don't know if chocolatey would be the more of a chocolatey finish.
Darker, richer profile. Yeah. Whereas this to me, like the 116.9 proof, the 2019 tastes a little bit more like a high proof Eagle Rare or like a Buffalo Trace. This tastes way different.
Yeah,
like way darker, more oaky.
This is definitely fruitier, I think.
Yeah,
almost like Skittles versus Snickers or something. But
100%. I love using that comparison because I love both Snickers and Skittles.
Sour Skittles.
Speaking of sweet things, I'm gonna jump way back in history.
Oh, okay, sorry,
dude. Do you remember when you worked at Longhorn? We used to go there, and we were. When did you work? You were probably like 18, 19, 20.
Somewhere out. No, I don't even think I was that old because I couldn't wait tables. So I was just bussing.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we would go there and you and I go out to Longhorn. We get your employee discount.
Mm-hmm.
And we would order chicken tendies.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what one does.
Hell yeah.
And we would get virgin pina coladas.
Yeah, sorry, Aaron.
We would get virgin pina coladas.
And
dude, Longhorn's virgin pina coladas slap.
Yeah.
They're good. Just letting you guys know.
I might go do that tonight.
Yeah, let's call up Longhorn and be like, can you guys deliver some virgin pina coladas to the house?
Pour some 2020 or what is it, 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah, pour some of that in there. Not virgin now.
I'd like to try it. Mr. Mom says he's bussing. Yeah, but I guess bussing's the word.
Is that good? Are we doing good?
I don't know.
I think bussing's no, bussing's bad. Stop bussing.
No, I think Bussin's good. There's a podcast called Bussin' with the Boys. I don't really listen to it, but that's the thing.
Is that R-rated?
Chase asked, would we rather a GTS or King of Kentucky? Well, we'll find out in a minute. I know my answer.
Is that a Porsche? And
We'll speak to it. Wigmaster, you are correct. Yeah. The one next to me is darker. It's the 2023 versus the 2019. So, all right. Question for you. Does this, if you were going to go buy this right now, look, this is not available. 2019, obviously. We're not in 2019. That was 6 years ago. That's offensive. 2019 was 6 years ago?
You know, we're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000.
You shut your mouth, sir. You shut your mouth. You got to be. Don't you come on my channel and bring that kind of negativity.
Don't you bring math in here.
Yeah. No. Forget the math. That's
hurts,
doom and gloom, sir.
It hurts.
Somebody said blend them. I'll blend them. I need to take
another
another drink.
Well, yeah.
I need to take another drink of the 2023.
I'm running out of blending.
Of these two, I probably do prefer the 2023. I like that darker flavor profile, but there are plenty of days where I would reach for this over this. But again, to our point earlier, I'm not reaching for either of these by myself. I'm only bringing these out, and now that
So I think
this is what these are for.
What? Yeah, I two different types of bourbon for 2 different days though.
Yeah.
I think that this is more of a winter bourbon, and this is more of like a summer bourbon and stuff. Like it's. If it's freezing outside, snowing, I definitely will go for this guy.
Yeah.
But that's the same with like a peaty Scotch. You know, if you think about sitting in front of a fire, you want a peaty Scotch. But
dude, we haven't even talked about this. Do you mess around with peaty Scotches?
No, I honestly, that's the next. So I
got some stuff for you to try tonight.
Oh gosh.
Oh, we might have to try something on the live stream. This was not planned, but I might have to pivot. I
like pivots.
I got something you need to try.
But with that being said, I don't know. It's just different types. I wouldn't. So at $400 at 3 times MSRP, I wouldn't be unhappy at either of these. But that's not what these go for on a secondary market.
No,
like
$650, about $650 for both, either one.
That's getting up there. And then you get in these bourbons that are multi-thousand. Time to what?
Time to pull out the barbecue.
Is that what's coming?
Oh, now that you mentioned it, yeah. I do remember once upon a time. So going back, this was when we both lived in Cane Ridge. We were actually neighbors. You guys were renting the house next to us. And I had a Scotch, and I remember struggling my way through that bottle. Do you remember this at all?
I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't remember it.
And it just tasted so smoky to me. And this is nothing like that. This is totally different than that.
Well, so that goes back into
we'll get to it though. Let's get to the peated Scotch at the end.
Well, so remember how I told you growing up, I remember just my dad really liked drinking what was that? It's the Grand Marnier. He would just drink Grand Marnier neat. And I remember when I was 20 something years old, early 20s and stuff, I'm like, I want to try some Grand Marnier. My dad used to drink that and stuff. And I remember trying it, and it was like, oh my God, this will put hair on your chest. Why? This is so strong. And then because of your old fashioned channels that you were doing, I'm like, so I went out and bought some Grand Marnier to be able to make some old fashions, and again, those are excellent. I'm the exact reason why I never make cocktails was the whole reason that you designed that, and it's been honestly probably bad for me, so I'm gonna let you talk to my doctor.
I would apologize, but I'm not sorry.
So and then we talked about it a couple days later, and I'm like, you remember, I wonder if it's actually as strong as I remember. It is the sweetest, lightest thing that I have ever tried. It really puts into perspective I'll let other people come over and try bourbon. I'm like, oh, this is super smooth. It's delicious. You won't have any problem with it. It's really light. And then they die. And then I have to bury a body. And so it kind of puts into perspective whenever I used to think that was so horrible and impossible to drink and just way too strong. And now I drink it. I'm like, oh, you could just drink this. This is Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But
dude, I never realized how desensitized you get over time. And it is good to remember where you come from, because
Oh, wait, let me drink this one.
we were at a wedding. Is that the blend?
Well, there is no blend. I only have a little bit of this to.
Oh, no, drink a little bit of that.
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
what
mix
I'm
it.
doing. I'm trying to.
I'm drinking the blend right now.
What is it?
I don't know. We've been talking, so I really haven't been paying attention. I probably should be paying attention if I'm putting George T. Stag in my face hole, even if it is a blend of 2 different years.
You're spoiled.
So my little brother got married, and I remember at the bar at the reception, they didn't have a lot. Like the 2 best things were Maker's Mark, just standard 90 proof Maker's Mark, and Glenlivet 12. And I got Glenlivet 12 because Glenlivet 12 has way more flavor than Maker's Mark does. And we were hanging out.
You and Aaron.
Yeah, me and Aaron. And so we were hanging out with my middle brother and his wife. And we were talking about the channel, and she was just like, Haley, she was like, I don't understand how you guys do it. Like everything just feels so hot and like whatever. And we're like, oh, this Glenlivet 12, like this is great. It's so light and fruity and so good. Like there's no burn or whatever. And I was like, here, try drinking mine. And she goes, okay. So she just tried like a little sip, and she goes, oh, like you would literally have thought somebody took a flamethrower to her face. And I was like, oh, things are different for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was thinking about that, and sitting in there when you were pouring a drink for Aaron, and we were just kind of catching up before we came in here. And I was thinking that I remember when y'all first started this channel, and if anything, like even to you, like I would have been the bourbon connoisseur, the guy with the more experience, with the more developed palate and stuff. Yeah. And now, like at this point, Erin could just backhand me with her palate and knowledge, and like.
But here's the big difference. She wouldn't know she's doing it because she doesn't know she's doing it.
Yeah, that is just the brilliant humbleness, whatever. But yeah. But that's the point, though. It's like it sneaks up on us over time, and we don't realize that we're alcohol. I mean, we're connoisseurs.
Yeah, it's connoisseurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the interesting thing, and I think there's probably nobody else on planet Earth that could attest to this more for you or I in either direction, in that when you get really interested in something, or when I get really interested in something, there's just that's it. Like,
what is the chat doing? One sec. All I see is who's your daddy, and oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't read the chat.
Yeah, there's no telling what's going on in there.
I can't demonetize you reading chat since it's already there. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, spoken word. Who knows what the algorithm are doing? What the
I'm not drop kicked by Aaron.
AI intelligence is doing. Yeah.
No.
But dude, when you get into something, or when I get into something, we're all in. Like when people.
No, you take it to an even more extreme. Like I can absolutely get compulsive and then really hyper focus and stuff, but your tisms are next level as far as your hyper focus, and like it's you get into bourbon and you create a successful bourbon channel. I get into bourbon and I have to go to meetings. Like there's a difference. Like you really have to think of, like,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. How did the watches thing go?
That's fair. That's fair. Well, speaking of watches, don't think I didn't spy the G-Shock on the way in.
Yeah. I've been honestly like, so
that's the Casio.
The Casio. Yeah.
What is this? Like a nylon strap?
So core. It's more the militarized. So
I'll swap them up real quick.
It fits well. Okay. No, for keeps.
Not for keeps.
No, for keeps.
No, definitely not for keeps. So this is like the blacked out Casio. You got to get close if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. You got to cover your eyeballs. I had to cover my eyeballs.
They're your eyeballs. They're not mine.
Cover your balls. Come on.
Oh yeah, this is where I wanted this channel to go.
Have you heard that story?
I don't know.
Aaron's mom, super sweet lady.
I'm gonna drop by some crazy pours for you guys. Yeah.
Some people may have heard this in chat already. Oh, dude, this is crazy comfortable.
I like it.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
Like the only complaint is this.
The long tail. Yeah.
No. It's the whatever the
Oh, the double buckle.
the buckles to keep it down.
Do they
It's
clack?
not really, but I just wish it was a little like something different.
I feel like you can get a different nylon strap for this.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. But I like this. This has been
You
a
get one with
good.
blacked out hardware.
Yeah.
Dude, this nylon strap is super comfy though, and
I like
the
it.
watch itself. I'm big on thinness.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
thin.
I like it.
Like this is thin. Dude, this is nice, man. I love Casio G-Shocks. G-Shocks were my first big watch.
I remember just yeah.
We're on so many squirrel moments. I was going to tell you the
we squirrel.
the Aaron's
That's-
mom story.
Yeah, that's like a setup for a joke.
Yeah, it did. So Aaron's mom. Oh, Aaron! I wish
can't take you seriously when you say that.
Aaron should be here to tell this story.
All right.
Here.
7 seconds later, she's
So
going to come in.
so her mom was hanging out. It was like, so Aaron is one of 9 siblings, and it's like her.
What's the name of their band?
the Woneaters.
It's a weird band name, but I
Yeah.
like it.
So Aaron's the oldest, and then there's a big gap, and then she's got like a chunk of siblings, and then there's the 3 youngest. The
Do
3
you just call her siblings fat?
No, I didn't say chunky. I said there's a chunk of. And then there's we call them the 3 littles. So you got your 3 littles, and Aaron's mom was hanging out with the 3 littles, and she said she was rubbing her eyes. She goes, "Oh, my balls are dry." And the two youngest looked at each other like, can't say that. So obviously the story made its rounds in the family, and now when we're talking about our balls, we're talking about our eyeballs. So yeah.
I like that you can't say that. I'm putting that into my repertoire.
You can't say that.
What's that? Are we bringing that back?
But yeah. Anyways, back to the G-Shock. This thing is nice. I love it.
For keeps.
No, not for keeps.
No Indian giving. Oh,
No.
you can't say that anymore.
Yeah, can't say that.
I can't keep
You
up.
got to say no crisscross applesauce giving.
Huh?
That's how you sit. You sit crisscross applesauce.
Oh, man.
All right, Aaron's going to shut the stream down. The plug's getting pulled.
Sorry,
Actually, she's... no, never mind.
Hydrate. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Is that... Oh, Mr. Mom, thank you so much. I thought that might have been... That's usually Kate and Philip reminding us to hydrate. Specifically me.
Now, I'm bad. My hydration revolves around bourbon and energy drinks. So
Yeah. My grandpa Fred... one time his doctor told him he needed to drink more water. He's like, all right, I'll put more water in my whiskey.
yeah, I'll add more ice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'll just put more water in my whiskey. This is the same Uncle Fred and Granny Grace that won on our, I think, 2nd annual charity live stream. They won a Tennessee Taster 375 milliliter of Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. And then we took it over there for Thanksgiving. Well, I mean, we're going to try it tonight.
Yes.
Maybe not on this stream because we got a lot of other stuff to try, but maybe on this stream. So, but we took it over there, their winnings to Thanksgiving, and yeah, we all hung out and polished that thing off that night. It was like 127.8 proof. And Granny Grace and Grandpa Fred were just throwing back the Jack.
Throwing back the Jack.
Throwing back the Jack.
I like that. You're like Harry Mack over there.
Yeah. No,
dude, I
can't
can't watch that. That just... People shouldn't be that talented. Oh, we're finishing. Dude, I like the blend.
Yeah. The blend's good. The blend is actually.
We didn't talk about it.
Here's the question: is the blend better than either individual part? Your opinion?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
Don't be trying to probe me for the correct answer. I want to know your opinion.
I was mostly just shooting the poop and drinking and not really appreciating. So
yeah,
I was buying time.
Last sip. What do you think?
I don't think it finishes as well. I think that has really good flavor. I think that it just a little bit of a salt on the tongue, and not necessarily in a bad way, but just a little more aggressive. Which you would think it would tone it down, but
I'm tracking with you though, because I was gonna say
it almost feels like my tongue buzzes off of it.
Just sitting here talking. Flavor wise, I like the blend. I like the flavors of the blend.
Yeah.
But there is a thing on the finish that happens. And maybe if we let it sit there for longer or whatever, it would be different. But sitting like just straight off the rip, it does have a little bit of a harshness on the finish that is, if you're analyzing the pour, like let's let them be their own thing. So,
Yep. Don't mix them.
Yeah.
Unless it's the last little bit. Yeah.
Somebody
Hard.
JG said don't cross streams. Good life advice.
Don't you tell me how to live my life. You're not my real dad.
All right. Next up, you had this before?
No, I don't. Me.
You never had this before here.
Nope. It would have been here.
Yeah, I doubt you would have had this anywhere but here. This.
No, I think I've had a King of Kentucky here.
Have you?
Yes, and I think it was
Possibly. There's one over there.
It would have been the same time, about the same time I did the. I think you were trying to show off at the time, and I think it was George T. Stag. And
hang on. Misattribution. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying to share good stuff with my friend.
My friend. See, he has friends.
A few.
Not in public, but when they pay.
Yeah. Well, I have been on the record as calling
Chris Morris.
Yeah.
Oh, we know Chris Morris.
No, Morris, yeah. Sorry, Chris Norris is a friend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Norris.
I was going to say, I am on record as calling my heterosexual life partner.
It doesn't have to be heterosexual.
No, it does.
Sorry, Aaron. Don't kick me.
It does.
Sorry, military. That's
The Wigmaster says that bottle was pre-opened. It looks full. Yeah, this one is pretty pre-opened. That one over there is halfway gone on the back cabinet. I'm curious to know what you think about this compared to the George C. Stag, because we just had 2 George C. Stags.
I feel like I just huffed a brown Sharpie.
Yeah, this is different. This is a very different type of pour.
This is whenever I say, like, I don't get into the nose. This is normally so. I get on to my girlfriend all the time about like, oh, you got to try this, and the first thing she does is like bury her nose down and go, and then pass out. And I'm like, what? You no, that is not for you.
You did it wrong.
You can't. Don't kill me, Aaron. I'm sorry.
What do you want?
That.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Aaron's in on. Aaron should just sit in on the stream in the background.
I get so scared.
It's fine. I'm fine with your relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She's okay with it. So it's 2025. Accept us.
What were we talking about?
Accepting.
Oh, Amber burying her nose and then dying.
Yeah, don't like if you are not a bourbon junkie, a whiskey nerd, don't bury your nose in something before you take a sip. You've already ruined.
Approach with caution.
No, sip quick.
As you approach with caution, your pinky it naturally goes out. Like,
oh, take it easy on the girlfriend. Cheers. I thought your seeds. Oh, I can't smell it. This one is like if I was rating a smell, I would
different profile.
Negative.
Way different profile.
Do we rate negatives?
Yeah. You can. Hey, don't think I'm above throwing a curveball at you. This is a curveball, and whether you like the curveball or not, that's up to you. Dave says, move that bottle away from the ledge. Too many elbows close to that bottle. You know, the Booker's Rye has taken a tumble and it survived. I'm confident the King of Kentucky could do the same.
We'll see. No.
Yeah. All right. Man, you know what's funny is I've said this, and at some point tonight, not on this stream probably, you're going to have to try some like real good rum. This smells so close to Foursquare rum. Like it's a different nose, but the palate is, it comes back in line, but I'm curious to know, coming off the George C. Stag, what you think about this.
We are watching. Uh-oh. Can we delete people off of the
moderators?
Yeah, moderators.
Ban them.
Be gone.
One time, I don't know. Yeah, never mind.
Sorry.
I was about to get into a weird story.
Yeah, make it weird.
Nah, that's good.
Look into my eyes, make it weird.
No, it's one of those things you had to be there. It was Aaron and I were whatever, and I had a pimple kind of like And she's like, she loves those. She doesn't love to watch the Dr. Pimple Popper things, but
Me
she
neither.
she definitely likes to execute the action upon me.
With viciousness,
It
like Bane and Batman.
it feels vicious. I think she's actually approaching it in a very loving and kind way, but she also gets a kind of a sick pleasure out of it as well. She's big on cleansing, so like just the cleansing of.
Oh yeah.
So
Just throws a little sage on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was a time where you just say stuff sometimes it sticks, and she was gonna get something, and she was going after it, and I said, "Begone, pimp!" And that is stuck with us, the begone pimp. So when we were talking about the moderators, I was like, "Begone, pimp!"
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's in the repertoire too.
We got a couple other things that you've heard and that you haven't heard, that none of which we can say on this stream. A couple of those sayings.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
No rum. Whiskey cleanse. Don't be rude. KP. Say
Oh,
hello.
Erin is spot on. She says,
Hi,
"Is
Amber.
it bad to say that this King of Kentucky kind of smells like ant spray?"
Don't like.
That's actually a good. That is spot on.
I actually taste a little of the nose profile in the flavor.
That is spot on. So compared to the George C. Stag,
Yeah. Let me
another sip.
another sip, because
All
the
right.
first sip you can't really.
Hey. Cheers.
Cheers, brother. It's a good mixer.
I mean, we
Watch
did,
the chat.
check. I mean, we do have a short that we've never published that is making cocktails with this, making some old fashions.
It's not for me. I know this is the holy grail of bourbon.
To me, this is.
Yeah.
To me, this is. And that.
No,
that-
not just to you. Like, there is a lot.
Yeah.
The community loves King of Kentucky.
KOK.
Okay.
They love it.
I mean,
They love the KOK. You're doing a good job. I know you, and you're doing a good job. You're avoiding it. Yeah, so this is Warehouse J, location 4, barrel 51, bottle 67 of 97. There's math required for the proof point, which bothers me. Maybe the tube has it on it, so I don't have to do math. It does. 127.1 proof.
talk to me about the tube some more.
Tube. It's a tube. It's a cardboard tube that says King of Kentucky on it. 16 years. Carefully hand selected from our most rare whiskey barrels.
What's the 127 proof?
127.1. Drink responsibly, please.
I'm not going nowhere. You see that couch back? You can't see that couch back there. That's where I'm sleeping.
Y'all are getting too comfortable. Watch your mouths.
Yes, ma'am. We're getting too comfortable. We should watch our mouths. Erin just told us.
Was that a we or just me?
She said y'all. So I'm assuming it's both of us.
Sorry, YouTube.
Amber asked, does it taste like gasoline? No,
Not at all. I think it has
Sweet ant spray is not a bad note.
Yeah, it almost a rubbery.
Yes. Which go ahead.
What is
Go,
the
go,
one
go.
she always does? Band-Aid. Like it almost tastes
No.
like a burnt Band-Aid.
You're saying rubbery, which is the exact note that I get on Foursquare rum. I get a rubber cement
And
note.
this is similar to Foursquare. Is that what
to me it comes across like it's like 80% overlap. It's very interesting how that works.
So it's the initial flavor that I'm getting. That's throwing me for a loop,
Mm-hmm.
and it's unique. I mean, it's like, what's the one that's always crazy? They got the I can't remember
I love this so much. It is so unlike everything else. I can see that not being a thing though.
It's unique. Like, I like unique.
It is.
It's like,
It is.
but if I'm buying this to drink the entire bottle at one time,
you want the George C. Stags.
oh, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
the George C. Stags crush this one.
And I'm taking this every time.
Well,
But
but if I'm drinking a whole bottle, yeah. But if I'm having something to like a unique experience to put on a shelf, then no, I get it.
speaking of unique experiences, it's time. Not for the barbecue. That's next.
Remember, tone it down. We've already got in trouble.
I do need Erin to bring the barbecue and 2 glasses in here. I do need that to happen if she's still watching. Yeah. You got to try the Booker's Rye. So, what is your rye experience?
Almost read. Question for Kermit? Would he rather would rather have the
King of Kentucky?
Read that wrong.
Yep.
Or the best.
So you had a bottle of Swag Junior. That's probably the best NBC you've had, unless you won that Dusty Dan in a charity auction.
What was the Dusty Dan?
It was the D team.
Oh no. Okay. NBC is Nashville Barrel Company. No. Absolutely. I haven't had an NBC pick that they've done that I wouldn't pick all day. The Dusty Dan was excellent. Like the tip was still one of my favorites. What else have I had?
Yeah, the Swag Junior. That's legendary.
Yeah.
It's time, y'all. It's time.
Oh, I haven't had the rye.
It has this. So, what's your rye background? I know you bought a Kentucky Owl rye.
I haven't. It's still
sitting
on the shelf. That was an expensive bourbon pick for me. But
what's it doing on the shelf?
Huh? It's just one of the last ones.
I'll
bring it for next one.
Okay.
Again, like, what am I going to give to Amber for to be like? It tastes like gasoline.
Yeah. I'm actually curious to know what you'll think about this, because there's a likelihood that you could love this or could not like this. I don't know what you rye wise what you've drank over the years.
Not much.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things that like we had this discussion the other day about like getting more into ryes and like you got to try. What are you laughing on there? Laughing on there.
I was laughing at that.
Not this year.
Yeah, it's early yet though.
Yeah, come on, give it time. Ooh, that one smells.
So, by the way, the King Kentucky you just tried, all single barrels, come out from Brown Foreman, who makes Old Forester, Woodford, Jack Daniels, all that stuff. But it's basically Old Forester stuff. 14, 15, 16, 18 years old. That was a 16-year-old. It's their most select barrels, all this stuff. I mean, they go for like $1,600 to $2,000 a bottle. If you get it at retail, it's $300, $350 now, I think. But yeah, they go for big money. And I love that you don't love it as much as a George C. Stag. I love that.
No, dude, if we're really putting it in there, like I would any of the Nashville Bourbon Barrel Company or whatever. What was it? What is
Nashville
NBC?
Barrel Company? Yeah.
Nashville Barrel Company. Yeah.
For $130. Yeah.
I honestly, dude, it's really hard to put. No, it's not even hard at $1,600 or what's the MSRP like
of King of Kentucky?
Yeah, if you could get it,
$350 nowadays.
Nope.
You take 2 NBCs over that.
Oh, absolutely. I would do 2 of your charity auction fundraisers that prices bidding on these things over that. Honestly, I would do an Elijah Craig, like some of the Elijah Craig barrel proofs over that. Yeah. It's good.
To qualify what Kermit just said, I remember the first Elijah Craig barrel proof he bought, I believe, was C919, which is widely regarded as one of the best that's ever been bottled, period.
I should get Amber to see what the one is beside my desk, but that's also one of my favorites. If she's still on there, wait, there's so much chat. I can't keep up with this.
That's a lot to keep up with. That's why we just hang out and have fun.
Yeah, but I like engaging. Kermit, do you like Gladiator? What?
I don't know. I just saw
Kermit would be
latex and corn. What's wrong with this picture? I don't know what that references to.
Oh, I had a topic for conversation before we sip it. I haven't sipped this yet.
Yeah.
I've only smelled it. But Sugar Kitty was saying something like making fun of us for being nerds at Hacky Sack and stuff. And like,
dude,
look.
Hacky Sack was awesome.
No. And Sugar Kitty, we're all nerds at something. Like, you've got your weird books. And then, like, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're into cars or football. We're all nerds for something. So.
Oh, yeah. You got to be.
Yeah.
Like, that's what keeps us out of trouble and gets us into trouble as well.
I normally stay in trouble.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, dude. hacky sacking back in the hallways, I cannot believe we didn't get beat up. In retrospect, how did we not get beat up? Was it? I think it was because we were also
we were skater bros at that point.
We were skater bros. Well, you were more BMX. I was more skateboard.
Yeah, but it's still like.
Yeah, I mean, I tried and you tried, but
we sucked. No, you were good at skateboarding. I wasn't good
until
you fell and hit your head.
You were better at BMX than I was. But then also, I remember we were in the car stereos. We used to say the car.
What?
Your cars had that wang.
Now I got distracted
by this pour.
Yeah,
you like that?
Yeah,
it's different. If you try a rye better than this in your life, I will be surprised.
Why would you do that to me? Now it's only downhill.
Yep. This is a one-time release. Booker No. I'm assuming Aaron wants some Booker's rye.
Did I say anything bad?
I'll trade you what's left of my King of Kentucky for your rye.
No, I don't need more King of Kentucky, but I
don't want that.
I need a fresh glass.
Do you not like it?
I don't have one.
I need a fresh.
I don't have one.
Go get one.
I can give you. This one's fairly empty.
No, Booker's rye deserves a fresh glass. This is
the different
Booker No at Jim Beam. So your Jim Beam, your Basil Hayden, your Knob Creek, all that stuff. Booker No had RIP, God rest the dead, has passed away.
What? Booker?
Booker No. Booker's rye.
Oh.
Booker No, distiller at Jim Beam. He, as a goof, just put some rye in a barrel when all they made was bourbon. They don't have the recipe. This can never be recreated. It was a one-time release.
Here's the blend, if you guys want that.
Of what?
The
George C. Stags.
So what did you think of the blend?
Sorry, it's like I hear you guys
We
in
are
my
off
AirPods.
the rails.
The blend was not as good as
That's what I thought. Did it have a weird finish on the blend? So Aaron said the same thing. Like the blend had a weird finish.
Yeah.
What did you think of the King of Kentucky?
It wasn't my favorite. I liked the George C. Stags better.
It wasn't her favorite, George C. Stag.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to love this.
Look, it's fine.
I've had this. This is amazing.
It's totally fine.
This is so good.
Cheers. Totally. Just left out.
Josh is obsolete.
It's just left out in the cold. Left out.
It's me and Aaron now. You go away.
Let's just hit that thing. Do the transition right here where I just like particulate into nothingness.
Like Avengers?
I don't know. I didn't watch those movies. Dude, there's too many of those
anymore.
There's too many of them. I tried because I know you're into them. There's too many superhero movies. Stop it.
It doesn't. No, we have stopped.
Story.
We have stopped after Endgame. We have stopped.
Hang on. No, you can't say you stopped after Endgame because didn't like 8 movies come out after Endgame?
We stopped after Endgame.
Are you saying we stopped like you stopped watching after Endgame?
The community stopped. Nobody cares.
Okay.
Like Disney dropped the ball. There's a couple good movies sprinkled in, but
all right. I tried. I think I got up to like Winter Soldier or Civil Soldier or whatever.
How can you stop at Winter Soldier's so good?
It was good. And then I'm just like, this is too much to keep up with. Go to work.
I need you to work on your nerd. You need to ignore Sugar Kitty and be a better nerd.
I need you to go to work and make money. Get a job. Get a second job.
I am offended by that.
Do something productive.
I want to know what she thinks of this. Oh, no, she already said she loves it.
No, I love this. This was made in 2016.
How are you going to give me this and expect me to go drink regular rice?
Oh, this is no comparison. This is a thing all on its own. It doesn't exist outside of this setting.
Josh is going to take his ball home. So jealous of trying the Booker's Rye, unicorn. I know this is, you got to know people. And
look, here's a problem with you coming over because we're going to hang out after this. I made some chili. Also,
Amber, I might not be home till Wednesday.
So here's the thing. I want you to have good pours. I want you to have good food when you come over to our house. So I cooked chili in advance and then refrigerated it so that we can do reheated chili because that's the best chili.
It really is.
That's the best chili. So here's the problem. We're going to have this and then we're going to take a little break. We're going to eat some chili and then we're going to have some pours after that. Those pours are not going to measure up to any of these pours. So go ahead and just set your expectational bar
It won't matter.
down here.
I won't have to be PG, and then it'll be good.
Well, we'll have a 13-year-old, so you will have to be.
Damn it. Best chili. Cheers to that.
Oh, I think PG-13, a lot more slides these days than it used to.
Is going to be drunk and not coming home tomorrow. Laughing out loud. Keith, right?
I am sending him home. I'm sending him home with enough whiskey bottles that if he gets pulled over, it's game over.
I can't cross state lines.
Yeah,
I'm going to be like Smokey out there.
You will be charged with bootlegger.
Hell yeah,
issues. Yeah,
I'm running. Can't stop. I got warrants.
Amber says, got Advil and water bottles. No, we got Z-Biotics.
Oh, dude, seriously,
grab them.
I need to order these things because these are a godsend.
Code stuff at checkout.
Oh wait, are y'all sponsored by them?
Oh yeah.
Oh dude,
but we separate and apart from sponsorship, we subscribe to them. It's no joke. We believe in this stuff.
No, I literally was coming over here like I need to make sure he gives me one of these because I will die in the morning. Because again, I live off bourbon and energy drinks, and so I knew I was going to be dehydrated to start. He was like, "Hey, start hydrating before you come over." Yeah, I didn't. So this is excellent.
And JG is saying, "This is what Josh and Kermit sound like now." Yeah, we have kind of devolved. We have kind of devolved a little bit. That's okay. So this will be our. I feel like I feel like we have to do Bizarrebecue. I need Aaron to bring Bizarrebecue in 2 glasses to us. There you go.
Aaron yelled at me.
I heard her say something, but I don't know what it was.
I'm scared.
She can comment in the chat. Was she?
I put it back.
I paid for that with my money. Put it back. That's our subscription.
We'll give you some of the sponsored Z-Biotics that they sent, but we don't use that because we actually do subscribe to that and believe in it. So,
dude, it is awesome. Like
we don't, separate and apart, right? Like I feel like you and I have talked about this at some point. I think we specifically talked about it in regards to Linus Tech Tips about sponsorships and how things go and all that stuff. We don't mess around with channel sponsorships pretty much at all.
No,
it's pretty much Z-Biotics and Blind Barrels, and that's it, because that's what we actually use and pay for ourselves. So like, why would we, if we're not going to pay for it ourselves, why would they be a sponsor?
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Don't.
I'll tell you why. There's a lot of money to be made in sponsorships. A lot of money to be made.
But that's the thing, though. Like, we're getting into the secondary. You probably have, even selling open bottles, an insane amount of profit to be made by just going into the secondary market. And I know we can't talk like you would never do that and all that kind of stuff, but
I'm not selling. I'll buy, but I'm not selling.
Well, but the point is, like, it's kind of getting into principle. Like, why would you push something? And you're a principle-based person. Like, y'all are definitely something.
I got a job. We're not trying to make money on this channel.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's like something that you can get into the community and support and stuff. And that's where I'm at. Like, I don't want to buy something and then resell it for the intent of making money. Like, that's not where I'm at. Like, I'm doing this for a hobby because I love it. Like, it's something that I'm interested in, and I don't know. It just ruins it. And for those of you out there, we all have our thing. So that's
we're all nerds. To your point, circling back, I do need to text Aaron. Are you
getting yelled at?
No.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna look at some chats. Buffalo Trace Red Bull, yeah. Monster Wild Turkey, dude. These are good. Ooh, bourbon energy drink. So what was that one drink? Four Locos. That was after me. That came up in a generation past where I was at, but I can see how that would be insanely deadly. Is energy drinks and or caffeine and bourbon, caffeine and alcohol.
Yeah, it's not a good combo. I'm trying to get Bizarrebecue and 2 Glens in here. Honestly, for Bizarrebecue, we don't even need 2
Time
Glens.
to hydrate.
We got plenty.
Mr. Mom, thank you.
We have plenty of Glens in here. We just need Bizarrebecue. If Aaron's watching, we need Bizarrebecue. It's in if you open the console on the right side, on the top shelf somewhere. It should be right front center. Bizarrebecue Ardbeg. Please bring it.
Where did it go?
So real quick,
did you give Kermit some
we did,
Ziva?
yeah, I definitely did. I said before this starts, here's
did?
this, and we took it earlier.
I wasn't going to do this without it.
Yeah,
because I know he was going to try to break me.
We took it earlier, and that's not the goal. I just want you to try a bunch of cool stuff. And
You want to break me?
I mean, to be fair, we have tried a bunch of cool stuff.
Oh, we have. It's been good.
That's fair.
I don't know. Okay, so thinking back, the rare breed was.
Yeah, favorites.
I'm so sorry. I might need you to get the barbecue. I can't find it.
If you open the cabinets
Uh-huh.
on the right side,
Uh-huh.
look on the top shelf, probably middle left. Look at the Ardbeg stuff. It should be front and center. You should find a barbecue
Okay.
and 2 empty Glens.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
Wait. No,
Aaron says,
I'm tracking.
Amber says bourbon gave me pneumonia.
Jaeger and Zima. What? No,
Oh,
that is bad.
hey, you know what? Your dad loves 2 things.
This is a PG rated show.
It is. I'm not gonna mention the other things he loves. Your dad loves flaming Dr. Peppers in the hot tub,
Oh God, that was an old story.
and he also loves Jägermeister.
I
Oh,
think he's grown past that, and thank God.
thank goodness, dude.
Oh goodness.
Oh my goodness, dude. Jägermeister. Oh, I can't stand the black licorice note
can't
because of
find it.
Jägermeister.
Nope.
Spike, you're right. I do keep up on the inventory. I know where things are. I do want Kermit to try this on stream.
Okay, I'm very sorry. You are incorrect, sir. It is not in the front left.
It
It's
might
not
be
in
on-
the front at all. Can you just come get it?
It's on the top shelf
Can
somewhere.
you just come get it?
You go find it.
Come hold the fort down.
I have AirPods in.
That's fine. Come hold the fort
Okay.
down.
All right.
I get to hang out with Aaron.
Hi.
Now, see,
Hey guys. I'm
What?
taking my AirPods out.
watch the viewership.
What
It's
are
going to
we-
shoot up.
What are we drinking? No. What are we drinking?
Oh, you barely have anything.
What is
This
it?
was the rye. Top yourself off.
Oh, Booker's?
Yeah, the
this
Booker's
stuff's
rye.
Good. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love the Booker's.
Dude, this is so much better than King of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like I can see the uniqueness. I can see where like people like it. And
So Josh loves to say that's his favorite, and it's good, but he's had it in blinds and he's not put it first.
I would not put it first on almost
I'm just
anything.
saying. Just saying. He's had it in blinds and he's not put it first.
It is okay. What
Nope.
is
I didn't say that.
what is the bourbon that everybody always
Did you
like?
get
It's
3?
known for being super unique. Every bottle's different.
3 glasses?
Come on, audience, you got to help me out on this. It always has like the purple top.
Willet
Willet.
purple top.
Willet, yeah, all the Willets.
Yeah.
Like they're known for being unique and all that kind of
There's
stuff.
something.
Oh,
Did you get one?
I'm just sad you're back.
No. That's fair. That's fair.
This the audience is like,
I'm not
me
even.
too.
I'm not
Can you
even
pour
mad.
me
at-
some so I can leave?
Mhm.
If you guys finish this stream soon, then we can all hang out.
Who will?
She tells us we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Such
Hey,
a
bye.
nice way of saying it too, right?
Hi. Bye.
If you guys finish a stream,
I love you, goodbye.
You smell good.
Oh, thank you.
I love you too.
You didn't tell me I smelled good.
Because you don't.
Okay, bye.
I don't want to lie.
It's been a long working day.
That's what she said.
Okay. Let me finish this. Willet. It's known for just being off the wall, and every bottle is going to be different and stuff like that. That's what I think about King of Kentucky. Like I kept the bottle of Willet on my shelf to be like, let's just go crazy and try something just out there. And that's what Willet ended up being. That's what I think of King of Kentucky. Like it's not my favorite, but it is so unique that like I would want that for the unique experience to give somebody that.
Yeah, it is a very experience driven whiskey, and I like that. I'm not going to sit around and drink that by myself. I want to share that with other people.
Yep.
Speaking of sharing experiences,
Yes. Smell the campfire. Oh, yeah. What the heck? Barbecue.
yep.
Oh, so I actually reached out to you at one point because I know you're getting into scotch. And I'm like, hey, a buddy of mine, like looking for a going away gift. What's a good, just kind of intermediate peaty scotch and stuff? And Ardbeg was the one. I don't remember which one.
You got an Oogdale.
Oogdale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ardbeg Oogie.
you know my problem with scotch?
It tastes like scotch.
No, it's not even it. One, it's lower proof. This is probably higher proof. That's higher proof for Scotch.
Pretty low.
What? 60 proof? That's like a. Oh no, that's 50 proof.
It's decent up there.
50.9. So that's
59.
100-ish proof. Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't have my glasses on. I mean, we
This
were
tastes-
born in the 1900s, so
Yeah. Can somebody out in the audience hold this so we
100
can read it?
101.8 proof. That's where we're at.
Well, but so
We just came off of
what?
120, 30 proof George C. Stag and King, Kentucky, and 136 proof Booker's Rye.
Following Booker's Rye with this, arguably the only good.
Just you wait till the flavor. Now, whether you like the flavor or not, that's yet to be determined.
I think I'm going to, but we got Dominion to play.
We do.
Oh, so what is if you're into bourbon, if you go into any liquor store and you say, I have this much money in my pocket, what is the money price range that if you just get that and blindly pick something, you're going to be good?
Like if you say, if you go into a store and a store owner is like, hey, what are you looking for? And you're like, I don't know, I've got X amount of money. Give me something. Give me the best you got at this price point.
At this price point, everything, like the market is so competitive that it doesn't matter what you pick.
Man, that's a good question.
It is going to be good because nothing else can survive at that price point.
That's a good question. I mean, it depends on who's giving the recommendations because there's a lot of fluff at every single price
We're not
point.
talking fluff because now you've been in this game where you've been blind tasting so many things that you know where everything really ranks. And like, as you've been blind tasting these things and you keep hitting these same like numbers, what is coming up?
I mean, Aaron kind of said it. I thought, $50 rare breed. It's hard to beat that.
So let's just say $50, $60, like right in that $50 to $60 range.
Yeah.
What is the Scotch equivalent of that?
Probably $100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Double.
so we're talking double the price range for Scotch.
Mm-hmm.
This is the prime reason why, like, I wanted to get into bourbon more than Scotch.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
We're talking double the price range for an entry level like experience. All right. Now, speaking of entry level experience,
Justin asked, "What can I get for $1,000?" You can get half a bottle of King, Kentucky.
Wait, are we talking off stream or on stream?
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron.
I can't wait for this.
Oh, that is. When you imagine inhaling a bunch of barbecue, not even barbecue smoke, just smoke.
Yeah, sweet smoke.
My tongue buzzes.
It's got a buzzy tongue type of feeling. Dude, this is incredibly sweet. I don't think I've ever looked at what the finishing is on this. It was matured in a combination of double charred oak cask, Pedro Jimenez sherry cask, and our unique barbecue cask. Wow. Together they ignite a feast of aromas in hickory smoked ham, grilled artichokes, flamed steak, and cinnamon dusted espresso.
So I hate when people explain something off of like something as arbitrary. Like, how many people know what artichoke really even tastes like?
Dude, have you had good artichoke? Why are you looking at me like that? Good artichoke is awesome, man. Good artichoke and a good steak. That's fair. That's fair. It's a very Caucasian statement.
No, exactly.
This is
like
Moet Hennessy, imported by Moet Hennessy. There you go.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Some Hennessy.
Wow, double charred oak cask, Pedro Jimenez sherry cask, and barbecue cask.
Artichoke is good.
All right, here let's finish this out with this because we got to go. We got to eat some chili, and we got to play some Dominion.
Oh, I'm going to destroy all of you.
No, you're not. Avery's going to beat you so bad, and I'm going to beat her. So, hickory smoked ham. Do you get that?
Hickory smoked ham. I mean, smoke. You got smoke. Okay. Can it be hickory? Sure.
Sweet hickory's got that robust
I got ham.
profile. Are you? Hey, what are
Ham,
you? What are
definitely
you doing these days, grilling wise? Are you doing much?
I'm being lazy with it. I don't think I've fired up the smoker since I've gotten to the new house.
That was months ago, man.
Don't you judge me.
I haven't been cooking.
That wasn't months. That was over a year ago.
Oh,
But dude, mostly wings and steak. And honestly, I want to get a charcoal grill that I can do some lump charcoal and just throw the steak on the charcoal, sear it, and then
oh, you're going cowboy style.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want that. The best steak that I've had in a while was when after cooking burgers, the grill caught on fire and just charred the heck out of some steaks. And then I'm like, oh God, and flip it over real quick. And then, well, yeah, that's good enough. And it was so good. Like, I love that Philadelphia style.
I don't think I ever told you this story, but I was cooking something. It had to have been
Squirrel.
No, it was not. Definitely not squirrel. It was
Avocado.
either burgers or
Nobody eats
steak.
avocado.
No, not grilled. It was burgers or steak, and it was probably burgers. And I think I cooked them, like smoked them on the smoker, like low and slow. And then I cranked the heat up to try to, like, char them on the outside.
Mhm.
And
So good.
I crank it up, and I'm like walking by the window where the back porch is and everything, and I just see flame, like 7-foot tall flames. And I did a double take. I walked by and I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. And I go out there and I literally have to take a towel and, like, flog the grill
H&O.
to put it out.
Have a good night.
It was a mess. It was a mess. Aaron thought the house was going to catch on fire. I was getting ready to get the fire suppression blanket. It was a whole thing.
Kettle. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's literally what happened with the steaks. I'm like, oh no. And it wasn't a minute later. Like, I just walked inside and maybe was like rinsing off some stuff and trying to prep some cleanup. And I look outside and I thought my entire backyard was on fire and ran.
As high as the flames were and the way our house is set up, I thought we were going to catch the gutters and, like, the upper stuff on fire. I was like, our roof is going up in flames. This is not good. But yeah. All right.
Knob Creek with steak. The Knob Creek 129 year is hard to beat. Like, that is a good, just readily available bourbon that I always go for. And it's not expensive.
We're getting ready to do a Knob pick this year. Knob Creek pick this year.
Oh, I'm
cask strength. They're not doing 120 either. It's foolproof. They're not watering it down.
That's going to be good.
Yep.
Scotch. So I don't know if a peaty Scotch. So if I'm doing Scotch,
you got to go low proof though. Like Lagavulin 16, it's good. It's good steak.
Lagavulin 16. That sounds like a $140 Scotch.
$100. It's good though.
Yeah.
Some Nick Offerman stuff.
Like fair.
Oh, dude, you got to try some of the Nick Offerman stuff. I don't think you've tried any of that.
You
are basically Ron Swanson. Like, people didn't see it on this because you got to be. I
had to shave. I need the beard.
Not only that,
beards hide so much ugly.
Not only that, but you had to be on good behavior for this because that's our channel. So it could have gone so much worse, y'all.
Yeah, maybe this would have been better for the Discord.
We matched that. Lagavulin is good if you hate proof. Yeah, it's a nice balance between peat and fruit. So I do like that. Man, there was so much stuff we could have talked about tonight. I like getting into
this devolved quickly.
It did. We talked about a little bit of watches. We could have talked.
And again, I appreciate the trade.
No,
it worked out well.
Nope, not happening. I will literally tackle you, and I've got body weight on you now. I'm a chunky boy these days.
Whatever is just so good. It's like $50. Well, I don't know. Now it might be $100,
but dude, we could have talked forever about cars. The history is rich.
Yeah,
we could have gone way, way, way back on so many different things. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun, just hanging out, having some really good pours. This to cap the night off is crazy.
This is amazing.
To be clear, we're not capping the night off with this, but we just drank 2 GTSs, a King Kentucky, a Booker's Rye, Barbecue, and then we're gonna have some chili, and then everything after this, it's pretty much downhill.
That's pay-per-view only, Pat.
Yeah. The mud wrestling is over on Patreon. Yeah. Yeah. This is all. You like this?
This is good. Like
I'm surprised.
I've gotten to the point where I like that smoke fire taste, but that campfire taste, but it's good.
It's got a sweetness to it too. It's like a really burly man, but he's got a sweet side too, you know?
Sarah E. I like Sarah E's comments.
I like how he's ignoring that. He would 100% bet on that off stream.
No, I can go for a burly man. Little scruff on my
with a sweet
neck.
side. Who? Wait, what?
It's too far.
You said
Mud
Sarah.
wrestling, laughing.
Oh, Sarah V.
Yeah.
There we
She
go.
is observant.
Yeah.
I like this.
Or she doesn't have her glasses on.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
possible.
get your eyes checked.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is it A or B? I don't know. They look the same, Doc. I don't.
Just pick one.
Give me whatever. Yeah, dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. It's just my vision. It doesn't really matter.
Mud? What? No Jello? Yeah, we can go there.
There's always room. There's always room for Jello. Yeah. Here you go.
Sounds crazy. This
All
is
That's what's going to happen after this. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This was a ton of fun. We're going to sip some stuff after this. Got some barrel picks to try. I think I'm sending you home with like. Technically, well, this is live, so it will be out. I'm not giving your license plate out though. So Kermit's going home with a bootlegger's amount of alcohol.
I traded.
Yeah. Kermit's like, hey, I'm never going to drink this George C. Stag.
Well, it's not worth drinking in the fact that it's
while playing video games.
Yeah. Yeah. And then nobody ever comes over to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I would rather not sell it for a dumb amount. And then I would rather just have bourbon.
So Kermit's going home. I'm keeping a George C. Stag 2019. Kermit's going home with like 80 bottles of whiskey. So
80. Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to keep me busy for the next 3 months.
There you go. All right, guys. Ton of fun. Barbecue. Cheers. Getting out of here. Cheers, man. Thanks for coming on. This was fun.
Yeah. Thank you for being patient with me. Sorry, no Aaron.
It's going to always be sorry on these. It is what it is. See you guys next time.